Hello, Phantomaniacs! Welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are looking at the retro Cardback Tele-Viper. We know now these are sturdy, solid cardbacks with art that, you know, your personal taste will determine how you feel about that. File card with all the languages. Do like the cross-sell. Let's open it up and check it out. I have got the original classified Tele-Viper that came with the Trouble Bubble, and I have got the original Tele-Viper from the original line that we're going to take a look at both of those and see how they stack up, or see how this one stacks up against them, I suppose. One of the things I was most excited about with this fella was the visor with the readouts, but I have to say I'm pretty disappointed because the printing on them is so, as soon as this arrived, which, by the way, this came in from Big Bad Toy Store. I need to get in the habit of mentioning in every video where I got what I got. It's just helpful for people, I think. So these came, this and yesterday's Flint came from Big Bad, as did tomorrow's CoverGirl. But this was relatively disappointing to me that those don't stand out more. Thicker font, brighter red, they just don't really read from a distance. Like in this video, like right now looking at them, they look pretty good. But to the naked eye, they barely stand out on those visors. So that's kind of disappointing. And that was one of the big features I was looking forward to. Although there are other things that are different about this than the Flight Pod pilot. So let's zoom back out a little bit. Here's our retro Cardback. Now I'm going to have to take him out of his cool kneeling ready for communication action position. Ooh, that ankle's a little stuck. We'll just leave that where it is. Number one, the blue on the retro Cardback is much better, in my opinion. The purple is a little darker. Well, let's do this. We'll put him here, and then here's our little guy. One of the ones I have that still has his nose intact. It does not have the, you know, almost trademark at this point, black nose smudge that so many 1985 Tele-Vipers have ended up with. So you can see the chin is painted on the retro Cardback, whereas they just left it black on that one. One of the big improvements here, while I justified and can still justify the sleeves on this one, because I do appreciate the multi-ethnic portraits that were included with the original, this doesn't look the best. The reason for it is good enough for me to say, yeah, I get it. That's why that was done that way. But this is what I want it to look like. It's got the purple pockets, which is a nice touch that the pilot does not have. Boots are pretty much the same. He does have the Cobra belt buckle, which I really appreciate. The vest is completely different. Like, it is more, here we've got sort of that tactical look. And over here, this is more the old school vest. That zipper underneath it looks great. That's a fantastic addition that I really appreciate. As a matter of fact, you can see that's a completely different shirt that they've put on to more mimic the look of this guy's covered neck. I really like that. He's got the Cobra emblem up here on the shoulder, just like this one. This is a good figure. This is a very good figure. And it will be, you know, a Trouble Bubble pilot, although I made Trouble Bubble pilots, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that now. But color-wise, everything here, I consider this a step up. This is cool, and it's classified, But for me personally, this guy is clearly the winner as far as what I want a Tele-Viper to look like in classified. Backpack, we can see. Oh man, that looks great. Look at that. So what was our... Oh, he's got purple buttons. Okay, I knew the buttons weren't the same on this one. The silver really stands out. Looks good. And then I appreciate the silver here. And if you don't like it, swap it out with the other one and use a black cord. But I like the silver here. It just gives it a little extra oomph. Plastic on this fella feels good. And I saw a comment. I love his tank for the input that I get there, the ideas, the conversation about G.I. Joe. And I did see a comment where somebody said, I hate when they show the articulation on the figure. And really, I'm not trying to show the articulation. I'm showing you if it works and if anything's stuck. So for my purposes, for my videos, that's why I go through and kind of try to move everything around. Is I just want to see if there's going to be any problems with the joints. I'm not trying to demonstrate, like, look at his double jointed knees. All right. With the quilting painted on there. All that painted detail on the vest is really nice. The straps, the buckle in the front. This is great. I like this one a lot more than I thought I would. There's more to recommend this than just the words on the visor, which is a good thing because that was a letdown. Peg. The peg is a little long on the backpack. I'm going to have to do some trimming there because that looks pretty stupid. Gosh, you guys, Hasbro, get on that. Like, that just looks terrible. And of course, part of the problem is that it's not contoured to the figure at all. As a matter of fact, this one is opposite of contoured to the figure, that it has this layer that goes out from the back here. Let's get our hose plugged in. Same blaster. Ooh, might be a little more rigid. Because you remember, this one's a little squishy, but our new one is definitely more rigid. So well done there. Yeah, I'm going to get my nippers and cut off just a little teeny tiny part of that peg so it fits more snugly in his back, because that's not great at all. Gear him up. I do wish they had made, if you watch the cartoon, and I don't need everything to be based on Sunbow, but I just think it's a neat feature. Or no, not the cartoon. It's not from the cartoon. It's from the comic. The Tele-Vipers, these are actually like communication devices. Like, these guys will run up to Cobra Commander and aim this at him, and there's like a bulb on the front that'll play a video for him and stuff. And I kind of wish they had done a feature like that. So that all works really well. I've got the battle stand. Fits perfectly on that. And then, as I said, the alternate heads, which I already showed you with, you know, not really very visible. I think we're going to go with alert on him. I mean, I'm going to put one of those heads on the figure just because it is something different and I like it. Or I like the concept of it, if not the execution. So it's there. Not very visible, but otherwise, I think this figure is great and is more of a needed upgrade than I realized it was going to be. Quite a few little details really make this one stand out in a way that I prefer over the Pilot. Very well done. So go out and get you a Tele-Viper. I think they did a good job with this one, except for that backpack peg. Thanks for, well, and the poor visibility of the letters there. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, buy what you like. Or, Cobra Alert.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.